Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and it's raining, so I need to warn you that it's raining because you know I'm going to put on the windshield wipers, and you know that it's going to sound like I'm passing gas like this, which of course is not what I'm doing. I know, you're laughing at me. Part of my job is to make you laugh. Oh, one of my rear lights has failed, apparently. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it right now because I have to get to the specialist. That's where I'm going. So, and unfortunately, an appointment with a specialist is not something you can get in a hurry. It takes months, so I'm going to have to do that on the way back. Actually, it's probably a good thing because I can do that and also get a new windshield wiper that doesn't make that noise. Actually, thank you God, it appears that the rain has stopped now. This is a very good thing. It actually didn't tell me which of my rear lights has failed, so I'm just hoping it isn't an indicator. Okay, I don't need any more stress, so I'm just going to breathe here. It is what it is, and I really can't do a lot about it right at the moment. I just need to drive carefully and make sure I leave lots of space between me and other people so that I don't give anybody a fright. That would be considerate, right? Well, as some of you will know from the blog that I put up yesterday, not the vlog, but the blog. Oh, actually, and the vlog that I put up today, now that I think about it. I have started the battle of the bulge. My bulge. I just have had enough of being obese, and that's what I am, and it really is not what I want to be. And yes, I had lots of excuses because I gave up smoking. But still not good. Still not good at all. So I have started being aware. I think that's what you'd have to call this program. Sorry, I just realized I'm chewing gum, and I know at least one of the viewers hates it when I do that. And I don't blame you. Anyway, so I think the whole thing is to be more aware. So I started this My Fitness Pal thing, as you know, yesterday. And it is amazing, actually. I love the mentality of it. Because it starts off with the premise. This is, you know, if you want to lose this much weight, I think I said 20 pounds I wanted to lose. That's phase one for me. I want to lose 20 pounds. And I want to lose it at the rate of £1 a week. So that's, you know, basically £4 a month. Which will mean that at the end of a year, I will hopefully be down close to 50 pounds. What I like about the system is it doesn't guilt you, it actually rewards you. It's a really weird thing. It says, okay, fine, if you want to lose £1 a week, this is the amount of calories that you can put in a day. And I think for me, at my weight, it's about 1,400, which sounds like a lot of calories, we know, but then you understand my body is what it is. And then I also committed to doing some exercise, and I didn't exaggerate that. You know, I went, in a really bad week, what do I think I would do? Not in a good week, but in a bad week, what do I think I would do? Because I want to set myself up to win here. So I said that I would do 10 minutes on my total gym 3 times a week. And that's not doing anything else, just literally going on to my total gym for 3 days a week. Now, the good news about the total gym is that it is equivalent to circuit training because it's it uses so many muscle groups at the same time, which is why it's so popular. And I've had mine for a long time, and when I use it, it works. So then what I did was, what the system does, it goes, okay, fine. So let's say, for example, it's 1,400. You have 1,400 calories, but I did 15 minutes on the total gym, and that gave me the right to have another 195 calories. Not that I necessarily will eat them, but it gives me that right. And still be on track. And the other thing I found really fascinating yesterday was I went through the whole day and didn't have one sweet snack. Not one. That was a little surprising to me. I did not expect that. Now, I don't mind telling you that in the last 45 minutes of last night, it was a bit like the cravings that I had for cigarettes. It was like, I really need the marshmallows now. Or I really need the specular cookies that I know are in my cupboard. And for those of you who don't know what specular cookies are, they are a Dutch cookie that I have never lost the taste for. I think they're called windmill cookies in the States. But really good. Or rather really bad. And of course when I eat them, I have to eat them sort of at least 5 at a time, and once you've had 5 you really do need another 5, and so it goes on until the packet's finished. It's a bit like the ginger snaps I had last week. It's a good job you guys have a sense of humor. So anyway, I made it all the way through yesterday without a single sweet snack. I was very proud of myself. I'm actually pretty sure I can do this. And unlike smoking, it actually is more forgiving than giving up smoking, because if you have one puff of a cigarette, you're dead. And when I say you're dead, I mean that's it. You know that you'll then justify having 1 cigarette a day, and that's not going to kill you. And then you'll go, oh well, research says, and it's true, 5 cigarettes a day is not actually going to kill you. And that's the slippery slope that takes you up to 10 a day, and then you're back to smoking a pack a day. So I'm unlike that. This program is going to allow me to have a bad day and be able to not have it affect the overall goal, or I can choose to put in more exercise. Now, being the sort of loser that I am, actually I'm not a loser, that's ridiculous, the sort of mentality that I am, what I'm doing is I'm actually putting in the extra exercise, not a whole lot, but instead of doing 10 minutes, I've decided to do 15. Because there's been a nasty accident here, I think. Fire trucks and police cars. I hope everybody's okay. It doesn't look too bad. It looks more like a whiplash type situation. Anyway, so unlike the smoking thing, it does look like, you could have a bad day and you could make it back up again in terms of putting in the extra exercise or whatever. So I'm going to need all the support that you guys want to give me, because this is going to be tough. You know, I've got a sugar addiction, and I don't want to be obese anymore. So my first goal is to get out of the term obese. It was very difficult, as you may imagine, for me to actually put on my real weight. You know, I thought it was bad enough to hit 200 pounds, which I did just after I gave up smoking. You know, I was already overweight when I gave up smoking, and then, boom. And so this is a huge thing. I have now, I'm sort of sitting here wondering whether I should tell you guys what I hit, and why not? Really, I got nothing to hide on this one, and I'm going to be very proud when I get rid of it. So my starting weight is 217 pounds. I have never been that weight in my life, and it's no wonder I need fat clothes. So that's horrific, and it's not healthy, and it's going to take a really mature attitude to get it under control. So what I'm going to do is to use the same process I used with the cigarette thing. I'm going to keep telling myself that it's only for today, and tomorrow I can make another decision if I don't want to do it anymore, because that's how I did it with the cigarettes. And the other thing that I'm going to do is remind myself I'm bigger than this, literally. Do you know, I'm bigger than the addiction. I am so fed up of having addictions. And, you know, I know that smoking wasn't the worst addiction in the world, but it was still an addiction. And food is not the worst addiction in the world, but it's still an addiction. It's something has control of my life, and it's sure as goodness not me at the moment. And I did give myself the leeway, because one of the things I know about addiction is you only deal with one at a time. That's what they always say, you know, deal with one addiction at a time. Well, we're doing pretty well on the non-smoking, and I don't have any intention of stopping that one. And the other thing is that if you remember, I didn't deprive myself of smoking. I just had an electronic cigarette, so when I really needed to smoke, I could take a couple of puffs of that. And I think that is part of the reason that I succeeded, was because when I was really, you know, crawling the walls for a cigarette, you know, I could puff on something. It's the same action, but it's not cigarettes. It's water vapor. And I still have it plugged in, so if ever I get a really big need, I can do that. So, now what I've got for myself now is I bought myself some Tic Tacs. That's my new fake it till you make it type treat. So if I really am craving something sweet, I'm going to take a Tic Tac. And I can't remember what that adds up to, but not very much. I mean, obviously it has some caloric value, but not very much. The other thing I found out for some peculiar reason was that an Indian papadam doesn't rate very high on the scale at all. And that really sort of jars the system in terms of taste. Because I had one left over that I'd made the other day, and I decided to eat one, and then I went and plugged it into the system and went, oh, that didn't even register. Well, not very much anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do as well, is to have these little almost insignificant treats that just give my taste buds a jolt. Because I've got a feeling that that's what is needed to satisfy the taste buds rather than the stomach. I don't know why I feel that, but that's what I'm going to go with. So that is the plan, and I'm one day down. And I am